marriage into marriage. What it is? Dedicated to, made for each other couple. This video is dedicated to late Satyanarayan, President, Forum of Adyar, C.K. Exnora's friends of Beach Exnora, retired Superintendent of Police, and his wife, late Mr. Rajesh Satyanarayan. Marriage to marriage. Here is a heartwarming, real story of a marriage in 2002 between a startup matrimony company and a national environmental movement. The service partnership continued and grew despite the startup Bharat Matrimony became a corporate. The climax was the role in an eco-friendly human marriage with kindness as a wedding language. So this journey, you are going to see that, and 100% you will get goosebumps as you see this. Part 1 covers about service to humanity, and part 2 is a real marriage with the support of Bharat, with the guidance of Bharat Matrimony. Exnora's service activities in Besant Nagar beach and its surroundings included beach cleanliness, beach safety via lifeguards, turtle conservation, the support and service partnership of. There are 3 support to us came from business community. First, Bharat Matrimony, Murugavel Janagiraman, Sri Krishna Sweets, Murli Magadevan, Professional Couriers, S. Agamed Meeran. Beach cleanliness. So we had number of women, fisherwomen, becoming Exnora beach beautifier. They are cleaning the beach. In fact, it's a very powerful message. As people are littering, these women are cleaning. That dissuaded people from littering. We are seeing the beach beautifiers. It's crowded, full of trash, became clean thanks to the Exnora beach beautifiers. Activity 2 is really heartwarming. Exnora lifeguard saved 410 human lives so far. And it's not Exnora alone did it. I told you the partnership of the organizations. So the lifeguards, long ago a lady came, it's about 30 years ago, young woman came and told me that, Mr. Nirmal, I wanted to keep caution signboards in the Elliott's Beach. I said, why? Why you have concern for that? She said that my only son, 18 years old, as a standing, was taken away by a wave. And then it was a spark for me, looking for somebody who will do that. And that seed was sown by that lady on the day. She also is a leader in Lions Club and all later. So these lifeguards are watching. You can see they have their equipments and all. So Times of India made a story about IIT student struggled 30 minutes of water. He died because there was no assistance. In that, there was, they interviewed me also, because we had extra lifeguards, a group of 10 fishermen trained by Extra International rescued more than 200 people from drowning in the sea of Elliott's Beach for the last 6 years. However, founder M.B. Nirmal said that without proper infrastructure, this was not an easy job. Lifeguards can be more effective. They have powerful binoculars and an elevated watchtower from which they can keep an eye on the water. He said, boys that mark out areas for swimming may also help in keeping the swimmers safe. This is a Times of India article. The Corporation Commissioner, he said something, but what I told you, I just read about it. So this all I'm just skipping. If you want, you can pass and read about it. The Indian Express again covered. You can see Krishna Sweets, Murali and Satyanarayan, next one, lifeguards, fishermen. The very great thing was that I never seen a fisherman boy gets is caught up in a water current, sea current. They know how to deal with that. They've got battle sea waves to save people. So the story about a person watching Indian Express and he finds somebody crying and extra lifeguards going to rescue. And Satyanarayan says that he also saw that prompted him to start this, external lifeguards. So this is about express these people control patrol and all. I'm not going in detail, but anecdote I must share you. Language of love. This is three boys from Lucknow came on a tourist. I mean, as a tourist to Chennai. They were at Besant Nagar beach. First one brother was caught. Other brother went to save him. Other brother, all the three were caught in the current, the sea wave. But these boys, fishermen boys, went and rescued. There's a problem of language. They said hold our waist belt, but they didn't understand. They were trying to hold the hands of the fishermen boys. Fishermen boys understood they will also die. So because the language they said hold our belt, but they said in Tamil. Of course, they saved them ultimately. The language of love is more than what is English or Tamil or Hindi. So Daily Tandi covered, and many other newspapers, particularly Adyar Times and all, have been covering. Again, suicide beach. About a lady tried to commit suicide, she was saved by uh, these lifeguards. So at times somebody says, you are doing so well in Besant Nagar, why don't you have this arrangement also in Marina? So they ask, this all depends upon, you can expand. After all, volunteers are always available. So actually, the number of appreciation came to them. They were appreciated. These 10 beach beautifiers and lifeguards were appreciated. Here you can see Suki Sivam, Krishna Murali, and all. And Commissioner of Police called and felicitated the lifeguards. He said they are greater than film heroes. That's what he told. He gave them certificate and all. The third activity there, particularly with the help of Bharat Matrimony, turtle conservation, and we have been very scrupulously doing this. We again used our big beautifiers and lifeguards in saving turtles. A big success story. At the time, Commissioner Rajesh Lakhani and Satyanarayana having a walking meeting about the steps they're going to take. Then we celebrate annually Beach Day. Here, the then acting mayor Karate Tyagarajan is there. Manaja Krishnamurthy Sulochanam, our president, are all there. Satyanarayana is addressing. And we beach the fishermen, did a lot of acrobatics, entertained crowd, and they have so much of talents. So beach day, I told you about. Stalin was then the minister came and also participated in beach day. So it's about beach day. Then we are jumping over to another activity called Narikoravar Colony in Thiruvandur. I think the credit goes to out to Satyanarayanan, his wife. And in fact, I came in contact with him. Once he called me. He was president for Adyar for his road, but he told that Narikoravar need loan for the buying and selling beads. No bank is saying, can he help me? And I took him to Indian Bank and got the loan. But more important thing about Satyanarayanan, I must say here, that bank wanted guarantee. He signed guarantee for all the people. And more important, particularly, banks are known for writing of loans. All the Narikoravar, without exception, they all repaid the loan. And Satyanarayanan guaranteed them. And this is Narikoravar colony. We are taking a tour, and one of the person, Soren Singh, Sardar Soren Singh, was also commissioner. He made a visit to T.K. Ramkumar, principal advisor. We are going inside the walking. See Navala Kannan and Satyanarayan were walking. So Mr. Soren Singh is having a talk with them, and we go inside. Some foreigners all came. They took photographs. They all treated their gypsy children as their own children. So the first service we did, this I must thank here, in particular Bharat Matrimony. The first service we did was, recently, I'm talking to you in the year 2022. So this year what happened was, the conductor, there's some Narikoravar family in the bus. He asked them to get off the bus. Became a big controversy. But if you empathize from conductor's point of view, you can say he's also right, because other passengers will not be comfortable. It's an untouchability. The gypsies, as a matter of fact, they don't have the habit of taking bath, okay? But here you're going to see a revolution to this. So first thing, Satyanarayan under his leadership, he constructed toilet and bathroom. And I want to say that most of the volunteers, they all belong to the upper caste. Exnora, we don't have this caste difference and all. And these gypsies were given bath with shampoo bath and hair cutting was done, and they all looked so nice. One youth looked like in those days film hero. So this Satyanarayan introducing me, the crowd, and Ram Kumar, Satyanarayan are all seated, and Soren Singh is addressing them. So this all I push it, I am addressing them. These all they are all listening to us. And Satyanarayan had a very unique way of motivating them to keep their area clean. In those days, some of them had TV, not everybody. So you used to take a TV and a what do you call, a video player, VHS player. He will play every Saturday one video, Tamil movie, and they will all watch. But only thing fees they should pay to Satyanarayan was that they should keep the area clean. Be spotlessly clean, others he will not. He will take his TV and DVD both. What you call VHS player, and everything. According to me, so blaming people, it all depends on the leadership style. So you see the gypsy children here, and here Mr. Soren Singh is still remember. He told gypsies, and he is also a gypsy, also having a beard and turban. But and he brought that when the children are all seated. In fact, one of the child was stolen recently, and the help of a TV, we recovered the child. So then next project was biogas plant from toilet waste. So the toilet waste, you can see that we are constructing a biogas plant, and so toilet waste all converts gas. So we are all watching it, and the community kitchen was there. The gas, they're cooking with the gas, so they can store this building the paper, the waste paper they collect safely. Then they were integrated the waste collection. So we call them street beautifiers. You see that they are collecting. So we give them, and any theft occurs, police first they'll suspect them. So we wanted to say bring honor to them, and we found they're all perfectly good. Then waste paper collection. Say they do the waste paper collection. The beach, they collected so beautifully the paper waste. So they all accumulate. You can see a paper go down there, and then paper recycling. So this another block is made ready for paper recycling. So the gypsy boys and women recycling paper. You can see that, and I'm pushing it because of Ram Kumar guiding them, and I was also standing there. And then from recycled paper making. So we give them so many occasions. The training was given. So they're making paper out of the recycled paper bag, because it's a substitute for plastic. So paper bag making. That's done from old newspaper bag making. Next occasion number 5. So women, affluent women contributed their papers, which they were taught to make bag out of newspaper bag. The most important occasion 6, actually is the first, should come as first. That's where my friendship with Satyanarayan started. Supporting them on making and selling beads, their own profession. So he got them loan, and they repaid promptly, I told you. So Satyanarayan, what a gracious woman. And she was taking classes for the people. So Hindu openly covered a beautiful article about turning over a new life, and you can rejected by society. Narikolas are branded as criminals. Openly describes the work of a city NGO for the uplift of these people in Adyar. So this wonderful article. Kindly do read it, pass and read. Given lip service with politicians and largely ignored by the rest of the society, Narikolas see hope in Adyar experiment. That's what he concluded. And this person, who Mr. Murugavel Janakiraman, CEO of Bharat Matrimony, we thought that he deserves an award. And mostly, you will see that in many of the functions, he wanted to remain in the background. He didn't want to impose him. And as he deserved to be on the dais, and he was not willing. And so we persuaded our ex-Suraj Rama session. We all persuaded him to accept the highest award, Prakriti Ratna Award. It was given by Sujit Singh Barnalaji, the governor, IOB GM Chandramouli, Gariali IAS is there, Suraj Rama session president, the then chairman Sivakumaran Exnora is there. I'm seeing just behind Murugavel Janakiraman. So this explains about how even a small institution, they started um, that the income movement, it comes, a part was allotted for social causes, environmental causes. This is what the article explains about him. So Pragati Award, governor presented Pragati Award, and we were honored by the Nari Korvas, Mrs. and myself. Now we have completed one part. We go to the next part of part 2 we are entering. Have you ever heard of a fruitful tie-up between a business house and environmental, which is ending up an incredible result? You're going to see that. So this is a very powerful message, and I understand Mr. Murugavel wants to take it to all his subscribers, and if they take it, I'll tell you, the heaven will dawn here, and the Bharat Matrimony is capable. Okay. So today so much is spoken about CSR, corporate responsibility. Even just a startup into through Bharat Matrimony got wholeheartedly involved in social humanitarian services. Even from a small profit in its early years, Bharat Matrimony contributed sizable sums of money to the cause of humanity. So Bharat Matrimony is supporting external saving environmental activities for the past 2 decades. It's already a part of the Indian solid waste management industry. As Exnora, the organization filed the case in the Supreme Court, which resulted in government enacting municipal solid waste rules. So several thousands of hundreds of homes, streets, neighborhoods, towns became clean. The global mantra is think globally, act locally. Exnora had made an addition, do domestically. We said all good things begin with me in my dwelling, in my home. I'm going to show you a sample. The house like this became like this. Of course, my own house. The street, the road was like that. This spark I got when we lost all our health and should move to a slum area. So this road, the express road, would anyone call this a road? This was the condition of the road. It became like this, total reversal and remedial. So the toilet, people are defecating, we created a joylet where they have carom board, books to read, to magazine, because people, they should wait for their turn. So they will have some other attractions there. And the children did not appreciate this, so we created toilet, TOYLET. We had rocking horse, swan, and all. We had toy joy. We collected toys from affluent children and give it. So the children all hooped and they went to the toilet. So I'm giving ideas. And so Exnora is giving ideas and volunteers, but we also need money. And so this all before and after. A mask, it was like this. So Exnora made it like this. And another mask like this. Exnora made it like this. A church, a road before the church was an open urinal. People are holding their nose, you can see. So I made it like this. And the Hindu temple like this, Exnora made it like this. Vellore Golden Temple was one of the classics, thanks to Satyama, revered Satyama. Marriages are made in heaven. So now we are going to something where Exnora got benefited by Mr. Murugavel's Bharat Matrimony, and I can say our Bharat Matrimony, our Tamil matrimony. So when I sent the invitation, I sent a card with that. Marriages are made in heaven. This is the proverb. Marriages are now made in Tamil and in Bharat Matrimony, thanks to J. Murugavel, one of this wonderful organization. May God bless him. Because my son should get married, and he took, we only gave the details, and we got a bride. I am a person very progressive. I thought I wanted my children to be married out of caste, and this became possible thanks to Mr. Murugavel and most of the ignorance. Their children got married through Bharat. Is a kind of household name in Exnora, Bharat Matrimony and Tamil Matrimony. And I'll say, because he has been doing great service humanity, he must have the divine blessings. This is marriages all very successful. The marriages continue and prosper. I must say, this is my son's and marriage. He came, his wife and child, and blessed them. I told you, but my son's marriage with his bride was felt as if heaven had dawned on earth, as it encompassed the following. So, as a social worker, and many people ask me, Mr. Nirmal, I want to do social service, what should I do? Where should I join Exnora, or I must start my own and all. But I want to say, to do social service, you don't need anybody's permission. You have to use every occasion for that matter. And people make, many anti-social, anti-governmental activities. But this is something really great. You can do it. So I my son's marriage, uh, the bride was found out by Bharat Matrimony. So first we had handicapped, handicrafts, eco-friendly marriage, humane marriage. Three things were included, and I must differently abled was one of our motive. I've been, really, I would say, greedy in doing social service. I'm already what you call advisor to Udavum Karam, which is for differently abled, last 30 years. And Ixnora founded Darshini for reading, scribing for blind. More than 2,500 people got benefited by Ixnora service. And I'm also in the advisor for hearing impact. So the point is this human marriage, we did it. And so the spark was, everything, God sends you a spark. Once differently abled group, they said they're going to have in Chetpat an exhibition of handicrafts. And they say, you are a person known for that, you must come and inaugurate. And I went there and I cut the ribbon, and I saw a lot of beautiful artifacts and art pieces were there. I bought one painting. They said 1,000 rupees. I paid and came. Evening, I wanted to know, how this went on. So I called that organizer who himself was a differently abled. He reply, he was full of disappointment. He said, "Sir, we didn't make money, but we lost 7,000." And he said, including what you gave 1,000, the total sales only 3,000, but we spent for all other things 10,000. So I felt bad. So it's very difficult to get people to the exhibition, I know. So that's called inversion technique, do the opposite. So bring the differently abled artisans to a place where the crowd will come. At the time only my son's marriage came. And Vijay Seshamagal, very, very big hall. I thought, why not I make it? So what I did there was covered by, I would say, in hand with Bharat Matrimony was done. It's covered by Ability Foundation. So in this wedding bells, crafted spells, this article, I'll just go through this. If you want, you can skip this. Fast forward. When would you normally invite for a wedding? Relatives who will not let you forget if you forget them. You contribute impressive photographs for the album. In fact, for my son's marriage, all the VEPs from all the political parties came. Business associates who contribute for checks towards wedding expenses, friends, especially those who will do the grunge work, putting tambalam packets, gifts in bags while you chat with long lost relatives, and share kind heart and a good memory. People helped you long ago, even in a small capacity. But welcome to that's what the writer Geeta Padmanabhan wrote. Welcome to the wedding of the son of M.B. Nirmal, founder of Ixnora. The organization works wonders in raising sensibilities. Added to the honor roll was another list of invitees, disabled artists. They were to exhibit and sell their paintings and other items of art at the wedding hall. A completely furnished square was allotted to each of the disabled artisans. The invitation carried the customary information of the Muhurtam dinner and concert which we had and friends. Attached to the invitation was a sheet of printed paper, talk about the value of friendship. It told about the decision to break new ground of wedding customs and the reason why his effort should be supported. That's what about an exhibition comes stalls selling artifacts by differently abled in the marriage hall itself. The different awareness will demonstrate their skills live, simply selling their art products to the marriage invitees guests. You are seeing one section of the exhibition. The marriage hall, we made the guests reach the dais podium to see the bride and bridegroom through these stalls. The audience will get contacts, said his note that came with the card. Be a tremendous source of inspiration for others. People attending the wedding get sensitized. They see the artist without hands paint beautifully by holding the brush to their mouth. Their feet are lying down. They'll set a trend for others to do something similar. They might think of promoting the sales of the artifacts or display the products at their premises. There are a number of charitable clubs like the Rotary, Lions, Roundtable, JCs Indian across the city. What a turning point it would be even every member of these clubs did something similar. So that's what she wrote. And we had a band of differently able to receive the guests. So we are seeing the stalls. It's an article of Geeta Padmanabhan continues. Stalls are awash with brightly colored batik prints and kurtas, tops, wall hangings, and cushion covers. These were reverse glass paintings, gift articles, liquid candles, made paper holders, all made by differently abled. Okay. Many of the wedding guests were thrilled to come to face the artists who had drawn the pictures, the deities they were worshipping at home. Crowds of guests were seen admiring the handiwork in stalls. Nirmal came to stall from time to time to find out if they are comfortable. They had joined the wedding feast. They did anything. They are seeing me and talking to Gita Padmanabhan. Hence, here was a wedding that would set a precedent. Nirmal said the idea has been received very well by many young people in Chennai. M.B. Nirmal, May's tribe increases what Gita Padmanabhan, a great writer in Hindu, she wrote about it. So, one part of the marriage, because Bharat matrimony, Tamil matrimony, all other group of companies are involved in the, it's a very lucky for Murugavel, for him, his profession is service, service is profession. So both are same. How many people will be blessed to have both rolled into one? So this is another article covered by Deccan Chronicle, an eco-friendly wedding. So not only we had what you call helping differently able, this marriage also covered eco-friendly and humane marriage, waste minimization, source waste management, air pollution prevention, plastic pollution prevention, noise pollution prevention, light pollution prevention, minimizing carbon footprints, creating oxygen footprints, 5 grades of food hygiene. I'll tell you all about it. So this is covered by Ruchira Hoon, who I think she became a very big master chef. Later, the journalist, how eco-friendly are you? Ask MB the same, and his answer will dazzle you. This article of Hoon. Not only in his approach to life extremely green, but he believes it too in teaching everyone around him the same. The biggest example has been his son's eco-friendly wedding. The wedding title, Environment-Friendly Marriage, used only products that could be recycled and were biodegradable. Cloth was used for the pandi instead of plastic, banana leaves for sapadu, which were fed to the cows after they were used, and only fresh flowers were used for decoration. So here you can see we didn't use tables only cloth, and food was served on plantain leaves. That's what she wrote about it. And what happened, plantain leaves, Explora has got zero waste centers where we have animals. Animals means dry cows and male cows. Normally male cows are butchered. So we integrate them in waste. And the animals, what they do, they eat the leaves, flower, fruit, vegetable market waste, plus marajal wattle, plantain leaves, and feed them and give cow dung, out of which we generate gas, biogas. We are doing in many temples this activity. So this the leaves again, what waste for us, it's a food for. Why you want to deny the animals of food? Then the paper waste and all, we have recycling units, so it went to the paper recycling. Only fresh flowers are used for decoration, and the flower waste also sent to zero waste center for composting. So the article continues: the food was cooked in biogas, excess was distributed in orphanage. So the most important thing is this: I'm going to talk about it. The guests were all encouraged to recycle the PET bottles that are using at the wedding. Even the tambalam was distributed actually in jute box to protect the environment. So Exxon has got a food bridge. In all the marriage hall, there's always a problem. The problem is night 12 o'clock they should hand over the hall key to the hall owner. So a lot of food, food normally prepared 20% extra. 20% extra, the marriage hall, they throw it in gutters, honestly. I told the cooks, why not you call the poor and distribute that? They said it will become, we can't manage it actually, they say. So we created food bridge Exnora. So the vehicle collect the excess food 28%, which remain in the kitchen without being served as the anticipated guests. Actually, we cooked for 2,000, only 1,500 came. The 500 food all went to orphanage, and PET bottle in the extra recycling unit went and they were crushed and made chips actually for they went for recycling. The kitchen waste went to extra zero waste center for composting. The jute bags were the coconut tambulam was given. Zero garbage. That was my motive was what my motive was. I believe that plastic and thermocol are very harmful so far. They use only biodegradable products, says Nirmal. The newlyweds planted saplings to promote eco-friendly idea, the father, the groom. Okay, the first of its kind trend-setting wedding had more than just one unique feature. That's what the Deccan Chronicle article says. Exhibition of handicrafts made by disabled people also on display of the Kalyana Mandapam. Organized as Ability, Guild of Services, Banyan, so presented the talent. It says Nirmal, You saw Chairman Explore International. Not many people come to such exhibitions. A perfect opportunity to show that the people what they were missing. It's a beautiful article. 1,000 people attended the wedding, and each guest left a Kalanamada with a sapling in hand, along with the fact that one can go green even weddings. That's what the article says. So here, I'd like to say that what is oxygen footprint? See, with all what I said, the marriage should have created carbon footprint. We give tree plant, and even we help them to plant the tree, and even the bride and bridegroom planted tree before the marriage. So we created oxygen footprint to compensate carbon footprint. What is 5 grades for hygiene? And if you know how they wash the cups and tumblers and all, marriage, all, you will never dare to eat. So we have 5 grades for hygiene. I'm not explaining it. We go, our people, all volunteers, they are done free of cost. We go and see five things importantly, how it's all washed in running water, or just, soaked into a drum with full of water. No, not like, and there are many things, personal hygiene of the bearers. And we also, the food quality, raw material, we check all those things. So there's a separate team experts for that. So zero on zero waste. Waste is not waste until it's wasted. It's not waste management, it's wealth management. Waste is a misplaced resource and unrecognized wealth. Waste, not waste. It's not waste management, it's resource management. Recyclers are waiting for your waste, which are raw materials for them. Waste is waste management, not generated. Don't transfer waste, but transform waste. Don't relocate waste, but reallocate waste according to recycling destination. So we have source solid waste, 3-tier external practice. So waste management is not easy, but simple if you do 3-tier. Source means wherever it's generated to be managed. If it cannot be managed at source, then the next decentralized. Centralized must be very minimum, that's all. So we practiced in the marriage hall source solid waste management. That's why I very proudly say. It was a TN session inaugurated the exhibition, this differently abled exhibition. We are seeing the exhibition picture. We are seeing that, and there's Mr. Unni Krishnan. I know him from kid. He was on spontaneous choice for doing a nice music. The music also should be very soothing, should not create noise pollution. That's why we engaged him. And we have Voice Against Noise ex Nora, and an expert came with a decibel meter, censoring noise. So Voice Against Noise also was there. So we saw that everything, and the music, everything. So I sold a decibel meter. So I'm going to conclude this. The relationship between Bharat Matrimony are highly synergetic. So this applies to any service organization, and you should have a business partner. It's based on the dictum. What you know, I may not know. What I know, perhaps you may not know. You should read as you may not know. Okay, probably Bharat Matrimony, I can say what Bharat Matrimony, I may not know. But what I know, perhaps Bharat Matrimony may not know. Together we know a lot. What you can do, I may not be able to do. What I can do, perhaps you may not be able to. I will say what Bharat Matrimony can do, I may not be able to do. But what I can do, perhaps Bharat Matrimony may not be able to do. Together we can do. So this is what the synergetic outcome of this highly fruitful partnership. The kind of a win-win-win. There are 9 win. I don't want to take your time. Win for Bharat Matrimony, win for ex Nora, win for me, win for the different, and win for the orphans, win for the animals. Just one occasion, you satisfied so many people, made them so many people smile. The words corporate social responsibility became a cliche. It's a highly, so we have changed it. I conclude this that I'm going to present award to Mr. Murugavel Janagiraman shortly with all celebrities there. Is proud to present Bharat Matrimony CSR. The CSR, not award, you know about it, not corporate social responsibility. Cordial Social Relations Award. Cordial Social. It's not just to fulfill government rule. It's giving a check and comply with the law. No. You should put your heart and soul. So I want to say that those of you who are dealing with Bharat Matrimony, you are blessed, and by your support to him, the support goes to differently able, goes to poor, it goes to, the various sects of society, suppressed, oppressed. So I want to say thank you, Mr. Murugavel Janagiraman, making my son's marriage, one of the greatest event. It's not very big, greatest event. Thank you.
If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button before you go and click the bell icon to get regular updates from our channel. In case you have missed any videos, please visit the channel page by clicking the channel icon.